me on! You and me! This is it then!
This week's map seemed a bit intimidating at first, but it was actually pretty simple. I managed to find 4 solutions. One free-to-play solution, 2 Galeforce solutions, and one 1-3 solution. The first one is a free-to-play solution. It is a 2-range flying unit with weapon and pass. This unit needs to survive a battle with T1 and get on Wings of Mercy range while staying on pass range. In this case, I'm using a 4-star Spring Loki with an Iron Bow, pass 3, and close defense 3. She will also need to have a +4 defense buff, and T1 will need to have a debuff of -7 attack to get on the right HP range, so keep that in mind. You can use a 5-star Loki if you want to. That way she'll only need a Bewailing Bow, close defense 3, and +4 defense buff. She won't need the shield attack 3 debuff. Next is a melee unit with weapon and Wings of Mercy. Their stats don't matter, neither does their movement type, but if they're different movement type, you might need to change their slot, so keep that in mind. Next and last is a dancer with dance and Wings of Mercy. Their stats don't matter either.
Let's fight hard.
The tricky part with this solution is finding the right unit to attack the fort first. But if you do manage to find that unit, then it's pretty simple. You only need to inert pass 3 and that will be pretty much it. And that's it for this solution. Next is the Galeforce solution. It uses a flying melee unit with weapon and Galeforce. This unit needs to survive a battle with Tivarn, or 2 battles, it depends. But they need to survive a battle with Tivarn, and on turn 2 they need to attack him, defeat him, and proc Galeforce off him. You can use either a normal Lance unit or a flying beast. It doesn't really matter. If you're using a flying beast, then you won't need launch, but if you are using a normal unit, you will need launch. In this case, I'm using a 5-star Nasala with Triangle F2, Defense +3, Raven King Beak, and Galeforce. Next is a Dancer with Dance and Wings of Mercy. And last is a range unit with weapon and Wings of Mercy. Their stats don't matter. Just make sure that they have low attack and they can't kill anyone. On turn 2, Tivarn will have his special ready, so be careful with that. You can also defeat him with 1 hit on turn 2, but just make sure that you get on Wings of Mercy range. In this case, since I'm using Triangle F2, Tivarn isn't able to defeat Nasala, so yeah, but he gets low enough so that he's on Wings of Mercy range. And that's pretty much it. This one is also pretty simple. And that was the second solution, the first Galeforce solution. Next is a second Galeforce solution. This one uses a Dancer with Dance and with Mercy. Brave Boy, you can replace him, but I would recommend that you use him with Killing Edge, Galeforce, and Life on Dead 1, and Our Tank Stance 3. I'll show you exactly what needs to happen in a second, so yeah. And lastly is a range unit with weapon and Wings of Mercy. Make sure that they are weak enough so that they don't manage to kill anyone. And also make sure that this unit has higher attack than this unit, so that they don't get hit by shield attack. This unit, I mean. So the important part here is that Roy isn't able to defeat Nino, and since he won't be able to reach thanks to Stall's obstruct, then he will be forced to attack Klein, since everyone else manages to kill him. So yeah, if you want to replace him, make sure that you find a unit that isn't able to defeat anyone else, since they will get killed. So either I think a green unit is recommended in this case, since a blue unit will most likely be able to defeat Stall or get killed by Nino. And yeah, just make sure that this unit attacks Klein. And as you can see, Mercedes got hit by shield attacks, so yeah, be careful with that, since that may cause some issues if your Galeforce unit gets hit by it. And that's pretty much it. It's not as simple as the last one, but I think it's pretty useful still. And that was the second Galeforce solution. And the fourth and last solution is the one-turn solution. It uses legendary Azura with Great Waves. There's kind of a workaround to this, but I'll show you later. Range unit with weapon and Wings of Mercy. Brave Leif with Maester Bogan, Neuron Seal, Attack Rest Push 4, Wings of Mercy, Heavy Blade 3, or if you want you can use quick and pulse, but one of these, well, it depends on your setup, but you can also use quick and pulse if you want. And he'll need at least, I think, 5 attack. In this case I'm using auto attack with 3, but you can also debuff with I don't know, something like defense smoke or something like that, or you can buff him with tactic skill. Just make sure that he gets +5 attack, or the enemy that he's going to attack gets -5 defense. I'll show you in a second which unit is it. And lastly is a melee flying unit with weapon and Galeforce and launch. This unit needs to proc Galeforce off of Tivaran and manage to kill him, but there's a catch. I'll tell you what it is in a second, since I want to show you exactly. In this case I'm using a 5-star neutral Cordelia with Leif and Death 2, launch, Cook and Pulse or Hayblade, but yeah, you can use that if you want. Actually I'm not sure if it's possible, but Cook and Pulse is recommended. A Killer Lance and Galeforce.
This is it then.
So the important part here is that first she attacks Tivaran and gets on 11 HP in this case. Make sure that this unit gets on low enough HP so that they aren't able to defeat Stall, since if they manage to kill him, they will target him before Leif can attack Corel. For some reason they like to do that. And yeah, in this case she gets defeated by Stall, since she has 11 HP and he does exactly 11 damage. And yeah, be careful with that, since that may cause some issues, and also make sure that they don't defeat Corel, but that's a bit easier since he doesn't have a Triangle Adept weapon, and he has more defense, and thanks to the fort and stuff. Actually, a blue unit isn't very recommended here, but in this case it can work, but it's not recommended. Something like a red unit it's more recommended, or even a green unit if you manage to do that. But yeah, if you manage to get past that thing with the Stall, then it should be pretty simple. And yeah, that was the Wonder solution, the fourth solution. Now I'm going to show you an alternative that doesn't exactly work for me, but in theory it should work. It's basically the same, but in this is replacing the flying unit with a flying beast and not using Legendary Azura. So the first unit is a beast or dragon unit with nothing equipped. You just need to be there. Someone with shield attack, in this case since I'm using an Azura. Next is a dancer, any dancer with lance and Wings of Mercy. Actually, Wings of Mercy is not necessary, but yeah. Legendary Leif, of course. Make sure the same thing. He managed to defeat Corel with +5 attack. And here is the other thing. In this case I'm using a 5-star Nasala, but actually he needs Life and Death too, I think. Yeah. I'll show you in a second exactly what happens, but I'm using a 5-star Nasala. This doesn't work, by the way. I'm just using this as an example. With Raven King Beak, Galeforce, Life and Death 2, Launch and Heavy Blade, and of course a 2-range unit with weapon and Wisdom Mercy. Okay, now the thing with this solution is that Nasala managed to, of course, to do that. That's pretty simple. But the thing is that he manages to defeat the Stall on one hit, and so he decides to attack him instead of letting Leif attack Carl first. But that's mostly because he's a blue flying beast. He's the only free flying beast that we have. So if you have someone like Tivaran or the other Tivaran or Rayson or even Lian, then you can maybe make this work. It's an option. I'm not sure if it works exactly, but I don't see any reason as to why it wouldn't. But yeah, keep that in mind that Nasala doesn't work in this case, and I don't have anyone else to test it on. Well, I do have someone else to test it on, but I don't want to inherit Galeforce. So if you have another Flame Beast with Galeforce, then that may work. Just make sure that again they get on with Summer's Range and they aren't able to defeat a stall on after proccing Galeforce. Make sure that they either get kills or don't deal much damage to him at all. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's an option, but as I said, I can't show it to you. But if you have the right units, you can maybe make it work. And I think that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure to leave to read the description in case you have any doubts, and if you still have doubts, you can leave a comment. I'll try to answer it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I hope these solutions were useful, and I'll see you next week. Bye.